Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to a brand new video here today, and welcome to the last question mark challenge here today for the 2019 British Grand Prix, driving as Lewis Hamilton today in his Mercedes car. This being uploaded straight after the real-life qualifying of the British Grand Prix, so be sure to let me know what you thought of qualifying in the comments below. This being recorded ahead of time, so I don't know how it went, but let me know how it went and let me know what you thought, and give me your predictions for the race tomorrow on Sunday. But really excited to be here for a last question mark challenge. It's been a long while since we've done actually one of these challenges before. I think last time was maybe 2-3 races ago, I think, and last time it was on the 2018 game with a 2019 mod. So this will be the first last question mark challenge I get to do this year, which is on the actual F1 2019 game itself. And like I said, with Hamilton in the Mercedes car, and we should have a good chance to at least minimum, I would say, get a podium. I don't want to tempt fate, but I would say maybe last the first even. The Mercedes car very strong right now in the F1 2019 base game, pre any kind of patches maybe coming in later. Very, very strong, the engine side of things, the aero as well, so I think we should be able to make our way through here. Of course, right now, we're at the back of the grid, so at the top is the two Ferraris locking out the front row. I'll be very shocked if that was the case in real life come Saturday. Of course, like I said, I'm recording this on Friday, so it's all a bit kind of, time management here, a bit of a messed up kind of time order, but obviously for you guys, you would have seen qualifying, so you can tell me or not if it's shocking or not, or if I just jinxed anything, and that's also something that will come out of this challenge, is let me know your predictions for Sunday's race, because we'll see how this race goes and if I can predict anything, because sometimes I have predicted certain things like podiums or wins or fastest laps, and sometimes I've predicted things of the driver I'm driving as. So let's see Hamilton, if I can go out there and get the win from last place. Maybe he'll go on to actually have a, dominant win at the British Grand Prix tomorrow on Sunday. Hopefully not so dominant, it's a dull Grand Prix, but you get what I mean. But let's just see. It's going to be a one-stop, of course. Bit of a weird strategy here, actually. The majority of the race is on the soft compound tyre. We're hardly going to use the mediums or the hards, depending on which one you choose there. So a bit of a weird tyre wear situation there. The soft tyre's going for pretty much most of the Grand Prix. So let's just get into this then. 25% race, of course, 13 laps to 5 red lights to the last question mark challenge here for the British Grand Prix. We're underway. Of course, it's a 25% race, which means the challenge is that much harder because I can't dawdle with overtakes, but that is what I'm going to do right now into turn one. Kind of hang back a little bit, but then get the power down, overtake two cars if we can, up to P18, just about squeezing out Antonio Giovinazzi, but he's there on the inside, to be fair, so he's re-overtaken me, Gio has, and so we are down the inside of Kubica instead, and looking around the outside of Gio for a second time now on the outside of Village section, and the Toro Rosso of Albon just about squeezed me out. We have to lift off there as he kind of brake checks me slightly. It's all very tight in that corner, but we're going to swing through on the left-hand side, trying to go down the inside of the Thai Brit driver in the Toro Rosso. It's two abreast there between Kvyat and Stroll and Raikkonen and someone else in that, Sergio Perez, maybe no, Lando Norris, sorry, in the McLaren, Lando Norris, the one of the home favourites. Of course, I think I'm driving as the home favourite, but obviously a lot of Brit fans have warmed up to Lando Norris with his memes and whatnot as of late. But anyway, here we go in P16. Can we make a move on Lance Stroll into the next section? Maybe Maggots there. We might have a good chance. We go through Copse very, very nicely indeed, and Stroll's going to have a little look at Norris. That's going to actually send him off to the right-hand side, and actually has to make him lift off there. So we do get the move done to the inside of Maggots as we go through Beckett's now on the exit now down towards Stowe. This will be the back straight with DRS eventually once we get to lap 3, but right now just pure slipstream and engine power. Mercedes v Renault in the back of that McLaren, and we are going to pull and make a move on the outside of Lando Norris. He's going to give us quite a tough time though, to be fair. He's still there on the inside. The hang of anger goes up as he makes some contact with us on the right, but we get it done, and we're up into P14 now as we slam on the brakes as everyone bunches up through the last chicane. And that's been a pretty damn awesome lap number 1 up into P14 from P20. I think pretty successful. If we go off previous last question mark challenges, perhaps a little bit slow in the first few corners. I definitely could have maybe made 3 passes into turns 1 and 2 and 3 here into Village, maybe on that first lap. But now we move, and we'll just have to get the moves done later on in the race, I suppose. And might make things very interesting right at the end as we go around the outside. Then off Kvyat, then a bit of deja vu. Hopefully don't get squeezed out by Kvyat like we did with Albon. We don't, and we just about managed to leave him enough room, and we're up into P13 now. We'll chase after Raikkonen in P12, who's on the tail of this massive train. Is Kvyat now has actually sent one down my inside there, tries to have a look, gets the nose in there, definitely made some contact, so I was very surprised by that. The Russian just well, torpedoed it down the inside there and nearly got me if I didn't look at my mirrors fast enough. But now we move on to lap number 3. Finally, we catch up to Kimi. Under the bridge we go, down towards Brooklands, and then Luffield there down the inside of the Iceman there. We're going to squeeze him out on the apex. We're up into P12. Next up is Carlos Sainz, but the rear end steps out as we enter Luffield. So Kimi's still there to the inside. We have to hang that through on the outside and kind of finish that move off in the second part as I lost the rear end. And now we can maybe look at the back of Carlos Sainz into turn 1. Lap number 4 this is. We've got about 5 cars ahead in a train, so let's try and pick these guys off one by one down the inside of Village. The next right-hander is becoming one of my favourite corners to overtake, it would seem, this entire section, Village, as well. We have, a little look at Grosjean. I thought about it for a split second about making a move there down the inside of Grosjean. Thought better of it, though. Instead, we'll pull through with the DRS. But the thing is, he's got DRS of his teammate here, so this will be a little bit annoying. But can we make a bit of a dive bomb around the outside, I wonder, because he's going to keep tight to the line. We're going to go on the outside there, and we're just going to feather the throttle and dance around the outside of the Frenchman there, who's really been struggling so far at the British GP weekend. Crashing in the pit lane exit, that's something you don't see every day, but it's occurred, and of course it had to be Grosjean, of course, and he's probably blamed it on someone else. But we move, and now we're moving on to his teammate Kevin Magnussen through Copse, getting good exit. Can we make a move into Maggots or Beckett's potentially, like we did with Lance Stroll? Here we go, flat out commitment here, and it's going to be the move just about. Had to lift off there and coast in 7th gear and just hope that the car rolled through, and Magnussen didn't send his nose in there. He did not, and we're up into P9. We're in the point paying positions, and now we're going to go for the double pass, maybe the Honey Badger. Ricardo overtakes Perez. We make it 3 wide across on the left-hand side, and we're up into P7. It's a smooth move, as smooth as you want, and that's a really lovely double pass there. Needed double pass as well, because now we've got this clean air to chase after Hulkenberg. It takes us 1 or 2 laps there to lap number 6 now to actually fully catch up to him there. I thought we would have caught up to him a little bit quicker, but the German going quite well on the Renault here, but he is best of the rest. Obviously, I would usually be in P6 if you're talking about the top 3 teams, but he's the one occupying P6, so it's my job to try and ruin the party for him and get into P6. And then if you look at the minimap, we've got so much clean air to try and chase after the actual proper top pack and 2 Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris, and my teammate Valtteri Bottas. But here we go to the inside of Copse there, and the Renault no match in a straight line, and acceleration for the Mercedes car there, and we're up into P6. And now we've got a lot of clean air to chase after one Pierre Gasly in the Red Bull, and there's so much space that actually we're not going to make it probably to Gasly, because yep, they're going to pit already before we get to them. So right now this is going to be a bit of a race against the clock, really. I need to try and get a good in-lap here now as we move on to lap number 8, whereas my teammates come in, and most of the top guys have come in, of course, barring the ones that have had to stay out because of their respective teammates. So Gasly, and it looks like Vettel might be the one that stayed out, because I think that was Leclerc in the top left that's made that pit stop. So we come in now on lap number 8. We can see Gasly up the road, so we have actually gained time on Gasly, and therefore everyone else as well. And under braking to the pit lane entry, I feel like that was probably one of my best pit lane entries at Silverstone compared to my career mode. Definitely went a little bit faster there and didn't lock up as much as we entered it, so we gained a little bit more time on Gasly. And now it's time for my engineers and for my pit crew to do a great job here on the pit stop there. It's a bit of a slow start, but we strap on the set of yellow wall medium tyres. It's coming out pretty much the same time as Gasly, so no time lost but no time gain there. But thankfully the traffic behind me, the midfield cars, didn't get in the way there. Definitely always a bit awkward at Silverstone. I feel like it's always worse at Silverstone because of the long entry and exit. There's always bad timing in terms of when you come in for your pit stop here. But we're going to come out then in, well, right now it's actually outside the points because some people have continued on for even longer in the race. Right in P12 there. There is Verstappen coming nice and hot into Village, and just behind Gasly. So Gasly has overcut Verstappen. So it kind of shows actually it was a good decision by me to maybe stay out one more lap. Looks like the overcut worked that time round, potentially with Verstappen getting held up in traffic with the midfield guys. So here we go now, trying to chase after 2 Red Bulls, lap number 10. So we've got 4 laps remaining, including the one we're on right now. And Verstappen goes through down the inside of Gasly. It's side by side. Gasly on the outside. He comes back. It's a brilliant little fight between the 2 Red Bulls there. And so we're sitting here with a bucket of popcorn now. Really great to see them jostling. Will Verstappen go round the outside? Yes, he will. What a move there for Verstappen. But here we go now. Going to pounce and catch the napping. Get Gasly. Where can we go? But Verstappen, he blocks us off. We have to make some contact with his rear left tire on the outside of Copse. It was very frosty there. A little bit more contact, and had to go sideways and catch a mini drift as we went through the exit there, and yeah, a warning for collision because it all got very, very close. But now we're right up the gearbox of Verstappen now through Beckett. On the exit, we should be able to muller him with the Mercedes engine and power, and we go to the left-hand side, switch it, open DRS, overtake mode, engage. Rich Schmidt's going as well, and we're going to be up into P5 then. And now we have got just about 3 laps once we cross the line for the next one to try and catch up to Valtteri Bottas. And here we go as we move on now towards the second last lap of the Grand Prix. This will be lap number 12. We can see Bottas in our sights, and we can also, to be fair, see both Ferraris there. But that is the podium right in front of us, Bottas, and we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I'm sure that's something Hamilton will be doing on Sunday in the real-life British Grand Prix, but we're going to catch up to his teammate now, Valtteri Bottas. Here we go in the middle of the lap here on lap number 12, so we've got 1.5 laps left. I can see the Ferraris up ahead, but right now just need to focus on Bottas and nail him here with DRS. Pulling to the right-hand side there, Bottas a little bit awkward in the middle of the circuit, so it could have gone either way, left or right. We've chosen right, and we're up into P3 now. It doesn't make it too difficult. He knows we're on a charge, and so here we go. This is going to be interesting because the Ferraris are fighting. They're side by side into the last few corners there, and so they hold each other up enough. We could get this coveted first place. Didn't think this was actually going to happen because the pace we were doing in the middle of this race wasn't that great, but the two Ferraris looks like they're on hard tyres, so the Ferraris thinking they've got way too much tyre wear here versus the Mercedes cars, and so they're on white wall hard, and so here we go. We're going to overtake Sebastian Vettel for second place. Down the inside of Copse we go. Leclerc's also on hard tyres, so the Ferraris have had a calamity here. They don't have the tyre wear for this Grand Prix apparently compared to the Mercedes cars, and so Vettel tries to come back at me. We do defend successfully into Maggots and Beckett, and we stay in P2, and so here we go into Stowe. We're going to have to go for it. The biggest dive bomb ever there, and it's a massive lunge, pulling energy from the crowd, of course. At this point, if it was real life, the crowd would be going absolutely berserk, and we're up into first place of the British Grand Prix from last place on the grid, and so with the fast lap as well, literally being the most perfect challenge you've ever seen.
Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it was fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
So as last question mark challenges go, that was pretty perfect. From last place to first, fast lap of the Grand Prix for the first time officially on the F1 2019 game as well. And some absolutely amazing moves, and a really nice move for the race lead there. Massive lunge, you know, just really sent it. Waited to change down the gears to make sure the car was settled, but also just let the aero slow the car down a little bit as well. And yeah, well, Leclerc on hard tyres, there was no match actually on the braking as well compared to the mediums. I was surprised he was even on them. But there we have it then, a very enjoyable last question mark challenge. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and like I said, let me know your predictions for the real life Grand Prix tomorrow, and be sure to come back to this video once the Grand Prix ends straight away and let me know what you thought of the Grand Prix. Did you maybe get your predictions right or whatnot? And if you are new around here, do subscribe for weekly full-on content. I've been aarava. Have a day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.